If you stay to the end of this video, I will show you exactly how much I made doing print on demand on Etsy for 7 days. My name's Harris King, and I've done print on demand videos before, mainly with t-shirts on Teespring. But this is the first time I've ever attempted to do print on demand on Etsy. So if you like videos about making money online as well as investing, make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss out on the next video. And also like the video because it helps more than you know. Well, if you don't know, print on demand is a type of business where you print your design onto t-shirts, canvases, or even cards. And in exactly 7 days, it's going to be Mother's Day. So why not make some money to celebrate? The best part about this business model is I don't even have to hold any inventory, which means that I'm not gonna have stacks and stacks and stacks of boxes full of different items. I never even have to see the item. And because these items are made to order, it also means that you don't have a minimum order quantity. In simple terms, you don't have to invest a lot of money to get started. You can list your products on a marketplace or even on an online store, but money only comes out of your pocket when somebody makes a sale so that you can purchase it and send it directly to your customer. So you might be thinking to yourself, this sounds all good and well, but don't I have to be a great designer to make really interesting designs that people will actually buy? Now, I thought you might have asked this question, but I'm not the best designer. In fact, I'm pretty bad. But there are a lot of free and also cheap design tools which you can use to help you design really interesting print-on-demand products. Some of my favorites are Canva and also Placer. But I know some of you are going to want to take the lazy option. Don't worry, I'm not judging you that much.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You can hire somebody to create the designs for you using something like Fiverr, where you can pay a freelancer to create one-off designs or even create designs in bulk. It's completely up to you. And the great thing is, it's really inexpensive. But if that wasn't enough and you said to yourself, I don't want to design it myself, I don't want to hire a freelancer because it's too much hassle, there is still a final option for you. You would go on Etsy and you would type the type of design you want, and then you would put .svg. You might also be wondering, how are these cards going to be printed? Am I simply going to start printing all of these cards at home the same way the Federal Reserve prints money? No, of course not. And that's part of the beauty of print on demand, because your print on demand company will take care of the packaging, the shipping, the printing, and even in some cases, the customer service. So as Mother's Day is around the corner, we only have 7 days to make money and make some sales.
Yeah, baby!
So I started researching on Etsy to see what people were buying when it came to Mother's Day cards. And I noticed something. There was a big trend, especially when it came to cards to do with politics. So I had my theme. I just needed to recreate these cards in my own style. So I used Photopea, which is basically the free version of Photoshop, and did my best to create some really unique artwork. Now all I had to do was list them and hopefully watch the money roll in. But before I could do that, there's one thing that would make or break this challenge, and that of course is marketing. Now Etsy is a search-based platform, which means you have to choose the right keywords to hopefully make you sales. So I use a tool called eRank. I use a free research keyword tool, and my strategy was to focus on low competition, high volume keywords that I could easily rank for. I'm going to start my pricing at £3.49, and that includes free shipping, which I'll be covering myself, which leaves roughly £1.50 as profit per sale. So if we can get a bunch of sales, it could be good. And because there's not that many days left until Mother's Day, I've also given the option of faster shipping, which people are obviously going to have to pay extra for. And the print on demand company I'm going to be using to print my cards are called Prodigy. The reason I chose them is because they ship to the UK. I don't have any affiliation with them, but they look really good. So it's the end of day 1 and we have no sales. The cards have only been up for a little bit of time, but we do have some visits, so that's encouraging. So it's the end of day 2. We still don't have any sales, but we do have some promising news. We've got 9 visits to our Etsy store, and we also have 2 favorites on some of our designs. Unfortunately, these haven't translated into sales, but I'm going to be keeping my eye out and brainstorming some ideas to see if we can bring in more visitors to our stores, because more visitors will definitely translate into more sales. So it's day 3 and we still haven't made any sales. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like we're gonna fail this challenge. If we don't start getting sales soon, then I don't see how we're gonna make money, because we have a few challenges. Mother's Day is getting closer and closer, and the problem with that is obviously shipping times. People can obviously pay for faster shipping, but how much is somebody really willing to pay for a personalized card? I'm not quite sure, but I'm gonna go back to the drawing board and let's see if anything changes. So day 3 update, and by the big smile on my face, you can obviously tell something's changed. Change for the better. We have finally made a sale. I'm obviously really happy. It's our first sale, hopefully first of many. But to me, it really just proves that people like the design. I just have to get the designs out to more people ASAP. I'm gonna leave it for another day and see if there's any changes. If not, we're gonna have to make some drastic changes. So it's the end of day 4. And we haven't made any additional sales. I processed the order and I've sent it to the print on demand company so that they can print it. And once they've updated it, I'm going to update it on Etsy so that the customer knows that their Mother's Day card will be coming pretty soon. But right now, I have 3 options to help us try and make more sales. Option number 1. Our cards are currently priced at £3.49. Now that's quite comparable to some cards on Etsy, but I feel like if I reduce the cost of the card and run a sale for about £2.99, which includes shipping, that might help to boost sales, but I don't think that's going to be enough by itself. The second thing I can do, and I think it's probably necessary at this stage, is to run Etsy ads. Now I've done some research and I've seen some mixed results with Etsy ads, and because the margins are quite thin, I've been quite reluctant to run Etsy ads up until now, but you know what they say, YOLO baby. And the third and final thing that I'm probably gonna have to do to help us increase our sales is to change our cards from physical cards to e-cards. So people who are looking for last minute cards can download the cards and print them themselves. Now this isn't the ideal option, but if I do this, I'm going to make the cards 99 pence, so they're really cheap, and as soon as the person buys it, they'll receive a digital download, but I might hold off until 2 days beforehand. So it's the end of day 5 and we made some really drastic changes to help boost our sales. The first thing we did is we ran a store-wide sale, giving customers a discount of 15% off anything they purchased. Please don't say I'm not generous.
Afternoon, alrighty then.
The second thing we did is we added better pictures on the listings. Definitely had to give it an upgrade. And the third thing we did is we turned on Etsy ads. Set a budget to $15 per day, and currently we spent $16.44. So hopefully with all these changes, we can really start to see some sales. But with only 2 days left, I'm wondering whether it's too little, too late, considering that people can't walk into a store and buy at the last minute, which some people might be tempted to do rather than order from online. Because who wants their mum to receive a card next week? You wouldn't be a good little boy or girl, would you? So it's day 6 and it's the penultimate day on the 7-day Etsy challenge. Tomorrow is Mother's Day, so we really need to get our last minute sales in now. The only way we're realistically going to be able to do that is to be able to offer digital cards. No, I'm not talking about trading cards. I'm talking about digital Mother's Day cards. So I'm going to drop the price all the way down to 99p in our last ditch effort to make some last minute sales. I need to go onto Canva and create the digital cards, but once that's done, we're ready to sell. Let's see what happens. So it's day 7, which means only one thing. It's Mother's Day.
Well, duh.
Firstly, shout out to all the mothers celebrating all around the UK and wherever else it's Mother's Day. Secondly, it means that the challenge is officially over. So we have to figure out exactly how much we've made or how much we've lost. But before I do that, I started this journey as a beginner in Etsy, and in just 7 days, I feel like I've really learned a lot about the platform. And if you'd like me to do more challenges on Etsy, don't forget to smash that like button. But now, let's get into the money. So here's how much our costs were. Listing fees for all of our items were £1.26. The cost of the card and delivery were £2.04. Advertising spend was £11.83p, which means we spent £15.13 in total. we made one sale, meaning our revenue was £3.49, which means we made a loss of £11.64. Now, I'm never happy to lose money, but it was a really interesting experience, and I think there's a few things that I would do differently if I was to do this again. The first thing would be to not use Etsy ads unless I was using it on an item which had better margins. It was impossible for us to scale using Etsy ads because the price of a click was worth way more than the revenue we were bringing in. The second thing I would do differently, if I'm doing print on demand for a popular holiday or event, I would do it well in advance so that there's enough time for people to receive the item. I think that's probably one of the biggest takeaways. I thought I might have been able to get around it, but there simply wasn't enough time. And the last thing I would have done differently would be to include keywords with much higher traffic. But let me know down below, what do you think I could have done differently? Because if you like this video, maybe I'll give it another try. And to see more print on demand videos, just click here. And I'll see you in my next one. Peace!